Okay, so I know we've done a couple videos on Elizabeth here, but I wanted to do one more just to cover some of her achievements because she might not just be one of the greatest English monarchs, she might be one of the greatest monarchs of any country. You know, going back, she's not supposed to be the queen. She's born an illegitimate child to Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. She's imprisoned, and then after Edward and then Mary pass away, she will finally become the English queen. Now, speaking of imprisonment, she is going to have Mary Queen of Scots imprisoned for 17 years before she has her executed, and the only reason for the execution was because she thought Mary Queen of Scots was going to raise more of a Catholic army and then take over England. We're going to get a little religious-y here. Queen Elizabeth here was more on the Protestant side, though at the end of the day, she really wanted to have a blend between the two, that is, Protestants and then Catholics. So she was a lot more religiously tolerant. Again, people before her were Bloody Mary, who was roping up people and, executing them left and right. Elizabeth, much more religiously tolerant. She does also inherit a pretty bankrupt England, and through her reign, England is going to become supremely wealthy. Now, part of that is because of the age of exploration. I know that the Roanoke colony isn't necessarily a total success, but it's not too long after her, where you've got 1607, Jamestown becomes the first of the colonies to kind of go the distance there, but she was big on the age of exploration, and a lot of countries were doing it. It wasn't just England, but still, she should be worth noting that she was big on that. Also, the defeat of the Spanish Armada is a huge deal. Philip II of Spain has all of his best ships. He was trying to, again, take over Elizabeth here. Elizabeth is, when she gives that speech, she's just a feeble old lady, but she's got the heart of an English king, inspires her troops. 5 or so ships will be sunk. The Spanish Armada is pretty much in ruins, thus ending that. We can thank Elizabeth for that. I also like pointing her love interest, and we can go into that here. That's a long story. Look into that. She's also really big into reading and the arts, so she has people like William Shakespeare will come to court. Now, this is before Shakespeare is, how we know Shakespeare, but nonetheless, it's a big name. There's plenty of other famous authors that will go to her court. She's really big in appearance. You can see she's got these big ornate dresses that she wears. There's so much that she does, again, really putting England on the map as far as just really dominating the world for a while. And then from her, England controls pretty much everything. Look at a map of countries that England has taken over. It's literally pretty much a map of everywhere. So look into her. There's a lot more. There's plenty of videos, plenty of good YouTube videos, podcasts about Elizabeth here. But I just wanted to make sure that her achievements were said. So per always, I'm running out of time. Hopefully you learned something. Love you all.